Hi there, this is Jim the Keys bartender. We're back. Sorry, it takes a moment to
cue back now.
We are back. This is Tyler Kelly. This title, and we're not going to talk about episode numbers because you wouldn't have any idea right now because I haven't thought about it.
Right.
I don't say 2,000, 200, 300, 400.
We're not doing episodes anymore because Jim has a problem with
rule number
counting.
7, and we'll get into rule number 7 a little later. But recently, we had at my local place, we had lost a lot of customers to passing.
Yes.
No, I'm not talking about the one. I don't know if you know this one.
I know about a few of them.
Jerry.
Yes.
You know Jerry, old man Jerry passed away?
Yes, Jerry passed.
No. He was in his own way, a cantankerous man, right?
But a sweetheart.
But a sweetheart. And I liked the guy. Yeah. And he was jovial to me. I get a smile out of him, get a smile out of me. But I have one difficulty with the when someone's late in their years. I'm not crying about anybody's deaths. I understand a loss and stuff like that, especially when someone's near and dear to them. With your significant other and stuff like that, you got to. But when it's an acquaintance and you had the ability, if you told them, if you're comfortable with the way you parted with them, there shouldn't be like, the guy was ill for years. For a couple of years, and was ill for the last couple of months.
Yeah.
And he was in his mid to late 80s, so it's not shocking that was going to happen. And I don't make light of it. He's not, they used to say, and there's always comedy bits that says, oh my God, 94 years old, she went away much too early. That's not the case.
No.
They got ill and these things. But you got to be careful. Don't say the week before, what a moody son of a bitch that guy was. And then cry the next week.
Yeah.
Got to be careful about that.
Yeah.
And it makes you seem insincere. And if you don't start crying after someone you were close with and you smile, doesn't mean you're happy that they're dead.
No.
It just means I'm not surprised. He wasn't doing really well. And I hope he went away peacefully.
Yeah.
And that's all it was meant for that. Because I'm not calling it phony or this or that.
Right.
But it is what it is.
It's the other side, whether you believe it to be one side or the other.
Exactly. Tyler. What are we going to do? You remember the good times you had and things like that, and death is part of us, right. And it's just one of those things. So, and we experience it no differently than people in other parts of the country. The Keys are no more unique than Eureka, Colorado, or Bismarck, North Dakota.
Well, we have a large retirement community here. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, you have older people, and we have a lot of people. The last year, I think there's been 3 regulars at your restaurant.
You don't know. You missed the one other guy, Skip. He took his own life up there, up in the Everglades. An older guy. He was a boxer when he was younger. One
of my coworkers that used to deal with Ocean Reef Club a lot said within the past month and a half, 3 of the Ocean Reef members have passed within the past month and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've had we've had at least Joe passed. Joe Wilson passed. Laurel.
Yep.
Remember Laurel? And I am remiss. I'm probably missing someone else.
I can't remember his name right now. He was very friendly with my sister. I remember when she would visit the older guy that was a veteran with the white hair, real thin, told a lot of dirty jokes, right? And
yeah.
Always had like a good dirty joke. I can't remember his name right now. I feel terrible.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Was always very, very sweet.
The Marine, retired Marine.
Yes, the Marine, yep.
Oh, yeah. And we do salute him. And just because you're not tearing up when someone, hear someone's passing, it's just, you know what? I'm 56 years old, and I'm sure I'm going to be seeing a lot of that, And you got to be. It's like having a fireplace, right? Having a life having a life is having a fireplace. You only have to put new wood in there because you're going to be losing some of the old wood.
Yeah.
And some of the wood's going to be staying around a little longer than the others. I may be one of them. One of my friends will be the other, and that's just the way it is. Let's move on to a little lighter
let's move on to
rule number 7. So when I was in Fort Lauderdale last week, I didn't talk about this, did I? Last week, on the spur of the moment, on Sunday afternoon, Abby and I were preparing for our daughter going away on a Tuesday to a 3.5 day camp, leaving Tuesday morning and coming back on Friday from, it's called Pathfinders.
It's like a field trip.
A field trip. And they do things like zip lining and climbing, confidence building, team building, all this other great stuff. I was going to say happy shit, but I didn't want to say that. So we decided, I said, we should get away, And I have this kind of a weird schedule. I have off on a Tuesday, a day shift on a Wednesday, but I have off on a Thursday. So I'm trying to think, I could take off on a Wednesday and do that and try to figure. I said, you know what? I try to get out, I got out early on a Wednesday. We headed up to Fort Lauderdale.
Yep. We
stayed at the, this place called the Ocean Manor.
Yeah, you were at Lauderdale by the Sea.
Lauderdale by the Sea. Yes. And they had a great Italian restaurant, the Casa Calabria, on the first floor, and had this great tiki bar, the Bamboo Beach Tiki Bar, with these hot female bartenders there. We're hanging out there. And we did that for a day and a half. It was great. Middle of the week thing. We had a great time. And on Thursday, we did beach, and then we went to the pool, and then we were going to Tiki, and then we were going out to dinner, and then going back to Tiki, and all this stuff. But when we're at the pool, I noticed, and I'm sure I've seen it before, but it struck me on the rules list at the pool. Like a lot of places that aren't really big, they don't have lifeguards. They say, swim at your own risk and all this stuff. They have certain rules. And way down, so don't bring glass in, don't bring food and beverages, no
diarrhea.
Pets. Well, that rule number 7. He said that right there. Rule number 7. If you are ill with diarrhea, do not go in the pool.
Yes.
And I thought, there's a whole bunch of things you should do if you're ill with diarrhea. And I just thought, all the way, that could be number 1.
Right. Like number 1. If you are ill with diarrhea, why would you even consider going in the pool?
And why would you? And it's like you've just been shot.
Yeah.
You're bleeding profusely. Don't go in the pool. Right. But then I thought about all the other things that you don't see. Rule number 7. Riding a roller coaster. Going to a moon bounce. Trying a trapeze. Shiatsu or sexual massage. The giver or the receiver. I wouldn't want to do that. The Gravitron. You know the Gravitron?
Oh, my gosh.
The Gravitron at the carnival?
I'm just thinking of gravity.
Yeah, I had a Gravitron that was on there before it flew out and broke apart.
Okay, yeah, the Gravitron. It's the one that spins in a circle. If you have diarrhea there, you sprain everyone. Yeah. The Italian chairs. You're trying on undergarments of Victoria's Secret.
Yes.
You shouldn't be doing that.
You shouldn't be doing that.
A colonoscopy.
I wouldn't think so. But they give you all that shit ahead of time so that you poo yourself for like a day. And then
but you have diarrhea. You keep on, you got to eat.
Like, no, you don't. You're not supposed to eat. You get a colonoscopy.
But you're always going to have something in your track, aren't you?
No. They give you that
how about anal
juice.
Bleaching? If you're anal
bleaching.
Have you ever a-hole bleached?
If your anus is being bleached, you should not poop on the lady that's bleaching your asshole or guy.
Yep.
No. If
you're one of, think of almost anything, an elevator operator.
Right. If you are a window washer
on a skyscraper.
Right. Because then you're just going to leave all that poo on
spraying
all those windows. You have to wear your washing
machine. Not only on the windows, that spread down on the back. You got particles of diarrhea raining down on people.
You're just going to have to start from the top and work your way down until you're like out of diarrhea.
Yeah, you do. You do. I've been thinking that's methodically. You would, depending on the way the wind's blowing.
Right, yeah.
If it's
I still think you'd get some splatter no matter what.
A leeway wind,
right?
Which is away from you,
right?
And you're all right for the windows you're washing, but you're leaving. But I mean, I think of all the other things.
Yeah.
If you're handling, you're the nurse that handles all the instruments in operation.
Right. Or
well, how about if you work
in a clean room?
How about if you are a bathroom attendant?
Yeah, and then but then you could blame it on other people.
No, but if you have diarrhea when you're a bathroom attendant, you're really shirking your duties.
Or even just the most simple of them all, don't wear white pants.
Yep.
Yeah. I was supposed to wear white after Labor Day anyways.
The one woman that was always prepared for it was the astronaut.
Oh.
The astronaut. They did a movie. Their movie's going to be coming out in a couple months. You know the story?
No, but you poo in the...
No, you don't know about that astronaut?
No.
Okay, there's a movie coming out in a couple months. It's famous. It's a great story. It happened about 7 years ago. She was a shuttle astronaut. She fell in love with a commander, one of the things, a married astronaut. She was married.
Oh.
Had an affair. And she went to, while he was having an affair with her, this one woman, he was having an affair with another woman. And this woman decided to go on a cross-country trip to kidnap. And we don't know what to do, but what they found. You don't know about this story.
Are you talking about are you talking about Jodi Arias?
No. This is a shuttle. This was an astronaut.
Okay.
Jodi Arias was the one where they found a camera and all that stuff. No, this is a real one.
She was the one who wore diapers and put. Yeah. That's Jodi Arias.
No, this was
another one.
This was an astronaut.
Okay.
This was an astronaut. No, this was an astronaut. I think you have this confused. Jodi Arias. They found a camera that was still active on the phone. This was the astronaut was wearing adult diapers. So she could drive cross country. This is commitment. She had rope,
sounds like the
masking
mail
tape.
Lady.
She had chloroform. And she was going to kidnap
Lisa Nowak.
Yes,
sounds like the mail lady that was
Lisa
driving
Nowak.
around with a fucking diaper.
Right?
Oh, you never heard that one?
No. Well, I know that Jodi Arias did the same thing.
No, this one did it to a greater degree.
This is Orlando, of course.
Yes.
A NASA astronaut said attacked a rival for another astronaut's affection at Orlando International Airport Monday after driving 900 miles from Houston to meet her flight.
She was wearing adult diapers.
Originally arrested at attempted kidnapping and other charges. And, they said that they had evidence that she wanted to do serious bodily injury or death to Colleen Shipman, a captain in the Air Force, because she was considered Captain Shipman to be a rival in her romance with NASA astronaut Commander Bill Olaf.
Yeah, Bill Olaf was married. Was married to another woman. Neither of these women. She was the one that was driving from Houston. Was a married woman too.
When the police arrested Captain Nowak, they found in her possession a steel mallet,
yes,
a buck knife, and a 4-inch blade, a BB gun, and a map to Captain.
BB gun.
A BB gun and a map to Captain.
Because a BB gun, you know what? Of course, with a BB gun. We know from John Candy from Vacation that if you shoot a BB, it was Chevy Chase said.
Chevy Chase
said if you shoot you that the BB could get under your skin and cause a nasty infection. So yeah, there you go. I mean, that's the one thing you don't want to have diarrhea with because you were sitting around diarrhea with the. That's for peeing because the adult diaper, if you're shitting in it, you're going to get the worst rash in the world.
So this lady, Captain Nowak, 43,
yes,
she's 43 years old, was wearing a trench coat and a wig when she was arrested early Monday morning. She told police she had worn diapers on the journey so that she would not have to stop to use the restroom, so she could arrive in time to meet Captain Shipman's flight at the airport.
Yes.
They also found a knife, like latex gloves, in her car. And she kept her head down during her preliminary appearance.
I'm surprised you never heard this.
I know. No, I didn't.
It's a great story.
Not. This is crazy.
It's a crazy day. There's a movie coming out about it. There's a movie coming out about it. And so rule number 7 applies to that one, too. If you're going to kidnap your paramour or is a paramour the one that's a rival?
Yeah, but she wasn't trying to kidnap the rival. She was trying to meet this guy at the airport when he got there.
No, she was going after the woman.
No, that's not what they said.
Oh, there's no way.
They said that she wore the diapers so that she could arrive at the same time that Captain Shipman is
the other woman.
Yeah, that's right.
Get it?
Okay, yeah. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. She had the knife. She wasn't trying to kill her lover. She was trying to assail her romantic rival.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so whatever happened with the romantic rival? Like, that's so crazy.
Well, her career was kind of ruined.
Oh, well, yeah, but so.
You know, it's so funny how we do, and you got to watch this. You got to watch this when you put people up on their pedestals and stuff like that. Remember General Petraeus? What happened to General Petraeus?
No.
Commander in Iraq. He had very successful, he was implemented the surge in Iraq to stop the Shia uprising there and in Iraq. And then this beautiful brunette, and a writer, is the ghostwriter, is going to help him write. I think she's going to help him write his biography. She shows up, and Trace, has been married to the same woman for like 30 years, right? This beautiful writer shows up, and he has an affair with her, and it's just what happens. What do you think? Astronauts. Police officers, the people we worship, political people, the higher your position, the longer you fall. And it just happened. But that was rule number 7. Don't have diarrhea.
Oh my God.
When you get in the adult diaper to kidnap your romantic rival.
All right. Listen to this, though.
What?
So Captain Shipman, the other female, right, told police that she noticed a woman following her shortly after arriving from her flight from Houston at about 1 a.m. When she was waiting for the bus to take her from the terminal to the parking lot to pick up her car, both women boarded the same bus and then got off at the same stop. She said that at the parking lot is when she noticed she was following her and could hear running footsteps behind her. So Psycho Diaper Lady is running behind this other lady, right?
Probably hear the squeak, 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 squeak of the diaper.
She got into her car, and this other lady comes up to her, and she's like, "Can you please help me? My boyfriend was supposed to pick me up, and he's not here. I've been traveling, and it's late. Can you please give me a ride?" She was like, "No, but I can send you help." She declined. She wanted her cell phone. She said, "No, my cell phone battery's dead." When she refused to open the door, Captain Noack, the crazy one with the diapers, began to cry and said she couldn't hear her. So she cracked the window, and as soon as she cracked the window, this
started playing,
sprayed her with pepper spray. Yeah. So Captain Noack later told police that spraying the woman was stupid, and she just wanted to talk to her. Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
She wanted to
just
discuss
dealing
the
with
details
it
of their relationship.
in an adult manner, a romantic rival, by going 900 miles in an adult diaper, and she had masking tape. I think they had tape. I think she had masking tape and all the things you'd want for kidnapping. It was wonderful. It was a brilliant escapade on her part.
That is insane.
So
this lady was crazy.
Well, I've ran into a couple people that were kind of nutty when they talked about how they're going to get back their boyfriends and girlfriends and shit like that. And I thought, but you know what? Don't worry about it. Just remember, stick to the fundamentals.
Ugh.
Remember, all you have to do is adhere to rule number 7.
Rule number 7.
If you are ill with diarrhea, do not go in the pool. Do not try to commit assault or kidnapping.
No.
It won't work out well.
Talk about, shouldn't that be like rule number 1 through 5?
It should be 1 through 5 should be the diarrhea one.
Yeah.
Or
number 1,
projectile
if
vomiting.
you have fucking diarrhea, don't get into the pool. Not, I'm going to read through the first 6 and then, 7.
No, yeah, you got to know that right away.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we're at the halfway point right here.
We might need to take a little break.
Drink break.
You want to take a break, and then we're going to come back.
And then we're going to
talk about, we're going to get back to the thing where we wanted to go.
We're going to
continue talking about the movies.
We're going to talk about 1975 when we come back.
75? Wait.
75.
Wait, were you at 67?
No, we were all the way up.
You were at the 67?
No, we were up to 73.
Okay.
Harlem. So
okay, hold on.
Is the next one.
And we'll be back.
If you want to get your information about the Florida Keys straight from the locals who live here and the ones who love it here, we've got you covered. Visit 43keys.com as your source for everything Florida Keys. Sign up for our newsletter and you'll always be up to date on all the Keysy stuff that's going on down here. Go to 43keys.com. That's the number 4, the number 3, keys.com, and sign up today.
Okay, this is Jim the Keys bartender. We're back.
And we're back.
Yes, we're back.
And Hoagie
says hello.
Okay. Yes. You were going to tell me something before we get into the rehashing movies.
This is what I was going to tell you before. A little bit of a premise, right? And so, of course, our regular listeners know that our house is on the market, right?
Yes.
And we're dealing with all these crazy things that go on. If somebody wants a showing, all of a sudden you have to drop everything and leave and come home, get your dog, and it's all kinds of chaos. Well, today it was called something called a broker caravan, right? So every single agent that works in the same office with our selling agent comes through the house. And there was about 15 people here today.
Really?
So what they do is they drive around and they carpool together and they go visit all of each other's listings.
Like a couple vans or something?
To give feedback, right? To give feedback. Be like, okay, this is what I would change or this is what I would do. And it's really interesting. And there was no negative comments at all. But there was some that were really funny, right? And if you knew a little bit about it, we bought our house and we renovated the entire thing in 15 months, right? It's beautiful home. But we had specifically one of the agents who I can tell this is my personal opinion that this is an older female.
Okay.
Okay. Most likely white.
Okay.
And wrote down that, all of her little check marks of curb appeal, great, condition, great, location, great, ease of showing, wonderful, market conditions, not so much, price a little bit too high, she said. But in the notes, she wrote on here, here's your suggested improvements, okay? Yeah. Don't cook night before showings. Smells like spices / curry, but otherwise terrific. Keysy.
You should have fucking have Indian music. You have a sitar. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, so first of all, what makes you think that we make curry? All right, in our freshly renovated
I know.
home,
But if you had a big hookah sitting there and shit like that.
Right. You're right. And the night before was
and Ganesh. You have a statue of Ganesh.
Yeah,
we had grilled cheese and soup the night before.
Right, and the night previous to that, we had chicken Alfredo.
Yeah.
So I don't know how our house possibly smells like spices and curry.
To my defense,
wait. First of all,
I like candles.
You live on a canal.
I like candles.
You live on a canal.
We live on.
So
you live on a fucking canal.
It's our vanilla crackling candles that are put.
I know. There's not.
And here's the thing: is our candles and our scents in the house really it's vanilla. Vanilla
or
I know,
cinnamon
so
apple.
I'm sorry, old white lady who thinks
any whiter here, you'd be clear.
Exactly.
Vanilla and apple
crazy.
Come on now.
And so the other part is she put don't cook night before showings.
With
so
curry
never
and
cook,
spices.
because when are we going to know when we have a showing? Never cook? You want me to stop cooking? In my industrial grade modern kitchen, I'm not supposed to cook anymore because my house is on the market. So
tell that lady, go like this.
Right.
Don't poop the day before.
Rule number 7.
Rule number 8. Don't poop the day before you take clients out.
Right. Don't poop.
No, you. Right. This is our rule for you.
This is our rule because
you don't poop the day before. Because you hold it in, lady.
Your curry butt smell might
your
follow you
butt,
around.
Your butt mud's going to stay right in there.
I thought that was effing hilarious because for some reason my house smells like curry. Anyway.
I know it has to be an old white lady. You're right about that. You're right. It's certainly not one of our Latinas or Latino
they
or
mind you,
said,
I went to college with a guy in East, and I went to his house for Thanksgiving one weekend, and that smelled like curry. My house has never ever smelled like.
Well, it's not. What will fucking smell like curry? What's the big fucking deal about that?
Well, right, but I mean.
She said no scent is better than any
no
scent.
scent is better than. No, that was a different one. There was another one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there was another one that was just like, oh, maybe no scent. Well, I'm sorry if I came home for lunch and pooped. Okay, and I lit a candle. So you didn't smell my poop. So would you rather just smell my curry scented
We do.
candle?
Don't live in a house while you're...
Yeah, exactly. So don't.
You know what? Maybe you shouldn't be living in a house.
Don't live here. Don't cook here.
Don't live
It's
here.
up for sale, but I'm going to rent another property while I try and sell it.
Well, you know what? It sounds like she was searching for something to say. So maybe that...
It
You know,
really
actually,
does.
it was a compliment.
Which I think she's the one that suggested that we sell it for $520.
Something like that. Yeah.
Maybe it was a compliment.
But it was really funny
Yeah.
because, like, how do you walk into, like, white people houses who make soup and grilled cheese sandwiches and
Say it smells like curry.
and chicken Alfredo penne pasta?
I'm sorry. I'm going to call my buddy Kyle and have him come down and cook me a true
All right. That's
Guyanese dinner.
Now I want to put, like,
We're going to have
curry.
ghost peppers.
I want to
Oh
put
my
in,
God,
like,
he
curry
tricked me with that
scented
one day. That was
Glade,
bad.
Like the Glade
Plugins.
I want, like, curry scented ones. So I'm
Maybe you
just
should
gonna
put
fill my
like
house
fucking
with that.
giant smoke machines.
So now that I'm old enough,
Yeah.
one Thanksgiving, I didn't want to go see my family for Thanksgiving when I was up in college.
Yeah.
So I went to my buddy's Kyle, and he's Guyanese. So I went to a Guyanese Thanksgiving, and he's like, hey, we got these great little freaking after dinner treats. Take one. And he hands me this little white ball. He goes, just take it. Throw it in your mouth and chew on it.
Oh, I saw this when your Halloween thing, one of your buddies.
Yeah, that was the same Halloween, but it was a ghost pepper.
Oh,
And I took it and I started chewing on it, and I love hot
slowly
stuff.
build up.
I love hot stuff. So, and his mom looks at me and like, Kyle, how'd you do that to him? And I'm like, do what? I'm still chewing on this fucking ghost pepper. And by the end of it, you know, I started sweating.
Builds up, build up.
The freaking
I'm sure his face was
ghost
bright
chip
red.
or whatever. But yeah. I mean, you can give me some hot shit and I'll eat it.
But he's like super.
You ever
blonde
seen
or
those
fluid.
contests where people are eating those and they're just like,
God,
See, I couldn't do that.
I can't. I I'm
No, you did it,
Mediterranean,
though.
but I
You
won't
just
eat
did
that
it.
food.
Well, ghost pepper, I mean, that's one thing, but not,
Ghost pepper is
not the
Scotch bonnet.
not the big peppers that they're doing nowadays.
Fuck. Okay.
Anyway,
It's like Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything.
he does, Mr. Well, you're kind of a Cholula.
Yeah, Cholula.
Yeah, Cholula monster.
Someone gave me one of those. They were trying to show me one. Try this. A guy brought in his own pepper sauce. Just try this. And I go, you know what? I'm going. On Wednesday, he came in for lunch. Wednesday before I went to Fort Lauderdale. And he goes, oh, try this out. I said, yeah, really?
Yeah, right.
The stuff we have isn't hot enough for you, and you bring it in here. You want me to do it, and I'm going to go. And there's a great Italian restaurant in the place. You're going to fucking give me this,
right? And then you would be on
5
rule
hours.
number 7.
5 hours before I'm going
rule
to.
number 7 on your whole vacation.
Well, not
Be
that. I just
diarrhea.
said, not. Actually, I never had that issue yet. But I'm just thinking about burning the inside of my mouth and not tasting the delicious Italian food.
You ain't missing
Okay,
nothing in Fort Lauderdale.
So
No, I did. Oh, the Casa Calabria? Yes. Yes. It was real pasta and all that stuff. I'm telling you, down
Carrying
here.
on, 19...
no. What I was going to say was that in the previous episode, Jim had mentioned how it's still hot here. We haven't had much of a break. It's been like 80, right?
Yeah.
not getting
Well,
it
actually,
this
today it
year.
was 85. Supposedly felt like 96.
Right. So, but in 1975, there was a movie filmed in Key Largo, and it was called 92 in the Shade.
Wow, that's what a great segue.
And sorry.
Holy fuck.
I know.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
good
not
at
getting
that.
it fixed.
No, wait a second. I'm not
Anyway,
being sarcastic.
But 92
No,
in
great
the
segue.
Shade.
Yeah, it is great.
Who were the actors in 92 in the Shade in 1975?
Give me a hint. I don't have no
I'm going
front.
to give you.
It's a slight hint. Slight. Give me a movie.
I'm going to say Margot.
Kidder?
Yes. And Burgess.
Meredith?
And Peter.
Fonda?
Yes. And Warren
Baby?
Oates.
Oh.
Yeah. So this one was all filmed in Key West on
Really?
specifically 336 Duval Street,
Margot Kidder. What year?
1975.
Oh, that's when she was so
Ladies and
super hot.
gentlemen,
She got weird looking after she did Superman.
After Superman.
We are
You're absolutely
probably
right.
not getting a cold snap.
She had that really. She was Margot Kidder was
down
super
here.
skinny
Yeah,
and had the
she was
biggest
super hot.
boobies.
You know, and she had beautiful eyes. She had huge,
Yeah.
beautiful
Oh,
eyes.
she had the big boobies and she was super skinny.
So we'll just give the Central Florida to the rest of the United States when they're having the cold snap right now.
Oh, they have
We
a
wish
cold
we
snap?
could be having that. Yes.
Well, I'm not ready for like cold, but I
No,
mean, I
but
wouldn't
if we
mind
could
like
have
70
I
right
could
now.
go during the
Oh
day.
fuck! I could do 65 at night.
Yeah, 75 during the day would be wonderful.
I mean, I wouldn't mind wearing pants. I haven't worn pants.
Well, right now it's...
I would love to spend Saturday night and Sunday out on my boat and not have to worry about an AC.
Yep.
And 75
right now it's actually pretty nice.
We have a trawler. Yeah.
It's actually pretty nice right now.
It is really comfortable right now.
We have a breeze.
Yeah, we do have a little bit of a breeze.
Okay.
But,
next movie.
In 75, 92 in the Shade, it was Peter Fonda, Burgess Meredith, Warren Oates, Margot Kidder, and it was about a young drifter who returned to his home in Key West.
Peter Fonda.
Yes, and attempts to open a fishing charter business, but he was provoking a dangerous feud with a rival sea captain. So
Warren Oates.
Yes. Now, 76, a year later, there is a movie out called Mako.
It's right after Jaws. It was a Jaws knockoff.
Mako, the Jaws of Death.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. So, anyway, very, very similar premise to Jaws, where this had Richard Jekyll, Jennifer Baker.
Oh, Richard Jekyll was the guy in from the Dirty Dozen who was the security guy who was the he was the this is where I'm getting the dementia thing and stuff like that. He was Richard Jekyll was a jailer in Dirty Dozen.
Well, this particular guy believes that he can communicate with sharks telepathically.
Oh, right.
And he thinks that he has a mystical connection with them. And he's given a strange medallion by a shaman.
Shaman. ShamWow?
Which our Mako sharks down here are more aggression than our great whites, so we assume.
Well, yes, but our most aggressive sharks here are bull sharks.
Yes.
And they're very small. They're little baby ones.
Most aggressive sharks are young Cuban males. Correction.
Right, so.
Oh, yeah, keep it down.
Okay, next one, 1976. All right, and this only goes through 79, by the way. So you're
going to have to update it then. You're going to go to the next one.
1976 was a movie called The Treasure of Metacumbe.
Never heard it.
And it had Robert Foxworth, Joa.
Oh, Robert Foxworth. Was that the guy that was in the Silver Fox?
Peter Ustinov.
Yes, he was in it.
Vic Morrow, Jane Wyatt.
Vic Morrow, yes.
Dick Van Patten and George Lindsay.
Holy
and
shit.
It was set
bunch of B actors.
It was set way, way back.
Peter Ustinov was in a Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh.
The original one.
The original one. So this movie, Treasure of Metacumbe, was actually set in 1869. And in Kentucky, a young boy and his friends set out to find treasure chests hidden by his late father in the Florida Everglades during the Civil War. Oh. And it was all filmed in the Florida Keys. So, pretty cool, right? Now,
Richard Jekyll.
Now, 1978. A movie is called Hunters of the Reef. It had Michael Parks, Mary Louise Weller, and William Wyndham.
Never heard of them.
I haven't either. A salvage vessel captain finds himself in competition with a better equipped boat in a race to raise a wreck on the Florida coast, filmed entirely in Key West.
Wow.
Now, classic. I'm guessing you're going to get this one.
Okay.
This is 1979. It's called Butterflies in Heat.
Nope.
It had Eartha Kitt.
Really?
Pat Carroll, Barbara Baxley, Alvin Alexis.
Never heard of him. I mean, I heard Eartha Kitt.
Yeah.
She was a Catwoman.
Yeah, she was the very first Catwoman. Yeah. Male hustler drives into Key West, where he becomes involved in a series of steamy interludes with disreputable locals intertwined in various political intrigues.
Oh, that's classic.
All Key West.
That still happens. Well, every time you go into Key West, that's what's happening.
And this last one from the 70s.
I hope I know that.
Was filmed only in Key Largo.
What?
And it's called Firepower.
Nope.
But it has Sophia Loren.
Really?
O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson?
James Coburn.
James Coburn?
Eli Wallach.
Eli Wallach.
And Jake LaMotta, who's notorious for doing mafia movies, right?
Jake LaMotta?
Jake LaMotta is notorious for
Was he the fighter?
Yeah.
Was he the Raging Bull?
I don't know.
Jake LaMotta was a Raging Bull.
Well, this one says a mercenary is hired by the FBI to track down a powerful
Jake LaMotta was the Raging
criminal.
Bull. That one that Robert De Niro did the movie Raging Bull was Jake LaMotta.
There you go.
I think.
So,
but he was.
But in 1979, Sophia Loren, O.J. Simpson, everything, it was all filmed.
Sophia Loren was at the end of her.
Yeah, but she's
luxuriousness.
Still gorgeous. Still, for an old lady.
Wait, as 56-year-old Jim would find Sophia Loren hot.
She's still hot.
But 90 Jim would not find Sophia Loren hot. Okay, let's go 1979 to present.
You want me to see if I can find? Okay.
Oh, you can find it. Keys movies, 1979 to. I could tell you some of them. I did. It certainly was. I mean, there was True Lies and License to Kill and the movie that Tyler liked. One of 5 people that liked that movie.
Yeah.
Was you. Fool's Gold.
Yeah,
Fools.
I mean, it's an entertaining one.
I know. If you're entertained by watching shit going down the toilet.
Well, this one doesn't read as nice as the other ones, but of course it does have True Lies, of course.
Okay, let's see in the
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Let's see in the linear.
I know. I'm trying to. It doesn't really do that. Let me go back and do a linear.
Folks, when you do have to search things, it's funny. They stopped because maybe there was I believe
between the 80s and 90s, they kind of.
All right, this one's gonna jump you up to a little bit more modern day. So let's start at 2000.
See, they
we
lost
skipped
track.
We
skipped 79.
20 years.
We skipped 20 years.
Nothing happened 20 years.
Nothing
Wait a
happened
second.
in 20 years.
Blood and Wine. Let me tell you about Blood and Wine.
But they didn't.
Let me do Blood and Wine because you don't have that. Okay, let me tell you Blood and Wine then.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you. Wait, first, A License to Kill. First, it's the fucking guy from License to Kill is Timothy Dalton playing 007, James Bond, and the fucking guy with all the pockmarks on his face who was in, what was that movie he was in? He was the FBI guy from Die Hard. The one that guy. He was a drug lord. And the fictional, whatever fictional Central American country that was. And Timothy Dalton's Felix Leiter is getting married to one of the girls from Three's Company.
She found the jackpot on.
No, she marries Felix. She marries Felix Leiter, and right after the wedding that James Bond's the best man in for Felix Leiter, the FBI, the CIA guy. They kidnap his wife and they murder him. And they murder her and they torture him. And James Bond goes to kill this guy. And the guy from, what was that movie with, are you getting any of this?
Well,
you see where I'm coming from?
I'm finding a bunch of the ones that you talked about kind of earlier.
Yeah. Because License to Kill was a big one.
License to Kill was in 1988. That was
88.
Timothy
and it was a
Dalton.
chick from Law and Order.
Carrie Lowell.
Yep.
Yes.
Super hot.
Now,
super hot.
Remember when we left off on 79 and I said
she went into SVU.
It was Butterflies and Heat, right?
Regular Law and Order.
With Eartha Kitt, right? Well, also in 79 was a movie called Cuba Crossing. There was another one in 79 called The Final Countdown.
Oh, The Final Countdown with Kirk Douglas and Martin Sheen.
Exactly.
Final Countdown, where it was midway. It was a battle midway, and it was James Ferrantino or James Ferrantino.
It doesn't list him as one of the top.
Okay,
actors,
he wasn't one of the top guys, but someone goes back.
Charles Dunning.
Okay,
Charles
so
Dunning.
they create a time machine. They go back and they send the modern aircraft carrier, the Nimitz. I think the Nimitz. Back through a wormhole to Pearl Harbor right before. And they go and they send them in to prevent the attack of Pearl Harbor. A fascinating premise. Fascinating premise. I love that movie.
What about Running Scared?
Running Scared was Gregory Hines and Bill Crystal.
Billy Crystal, yep, and Stephen Bauer.
And that's Vietnam.
1986 was called Ruskies. I don't recall.
John Candy?
No, it's Peter Billingsley, Leif Phoenix, Stefan.
When Russian sailors land.
Doesn't give me all the details on this one. But 88 was License to Kill. And 1991-92 was called Crisscross. And that had Goldie Hawn in it. And then 92-93 was called Matinee.
Matinee was a John Goodman.
Yes, exactly.
And
Kathy Moriarty,
who was super freaking hot.
And then, of course, 93 was True Lies, which we know Jamie Lee Curtis, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Blood and Wine was right after that.
Almost. Drop Zone was 94 with Wesley Snipes, Gary Busey.
Okay.
Blood and Wine was 95, Jack Nicholson.
Now, okay, Blood and Wine. Now, Blood and Wine was especially centered in Key Largo. They filmed a bunch of shots in Key Largo at the Caribbean Club.
I did see that on the previous
in the Caribbean Club.
Yeah.
And they had Larry, the bartender, was in the background and a bunch of them. And Larry looks the fucking same as he did 20 years ago.
There was another one in 95. There was 2 more in 95 that I bet you know of.
What?
Executive Decision.
Yes, with what's his name?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, yeah.
Halle Berry and Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Up Close and Personal was the same year, and that was Robert Redford, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Stockard Channing.
Yes. Oh, you know what the funny connection with that one is? The funny connect Up Close and Personal.
Okay.
Was here we are in Key Largo, Up Close and Personal. One of the big scenes was at one of the bars we used to hang out in Philadelphia called the Press Club on Torso Avenue across from Holmesburg Prison. And they did a big scene in Philadelphia from Holmesburg Prison, and Michelle Pfeiffer was there when I was drinking there.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm sitting there, I'm drinking. I said, well,
close to home.
I was, you know what? I was very confident and young at that time. And I thought, I would like to meet her and ask her out for a drink. And I was confident enough to ask. I was confident enough to ask her, but I never got the opportunity to ask Michelle Pfeiffer out for a drink.
Wow. I'm sure she would have said yes.
Oh, you think so?
I'm sure.
I don't think so.
1996 was the next year, and there was 3 movies that came out in 96. One was called The Spanish Prisoner.
Oh, Steve Martin?
Yes.
Oh, God, this guy, Patrick. What was the guy's name?
Ben Gazzara and Campbell Scott.
Campbell Scott, okay.
And then Speed 2, Cruise Control, came out in 96. That was Sandra Bullock, Jason Patric, Willem Dafoe. What part of that was Phil Down? And then 96 was called Zeus and Roxanne.
Never saw that.
Steve Guttenberg, Kathleen Quinlan. I'm not sure who.
B-movie.
So 97 had 3 movies as well. Assault on Devil's Island, which had Hulk Hogan in it.
Okay.
A Murder of Crows, which had...
Wait. Was it that black dude?
Yes.
The guy... the guy that was in Shawshank Redemption.
No.
Oh, it was the...
Show me the money.
Denzel.
Show me the money.
I know.
A Murder of Crows.
He was in it? No, you don't have to sign. Just tell me.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Okay.
Right? Tom Berenger. And then, of course, Tomorrow Never Dies was also in 97, and that was Pierce Brosnan, Jonathan Pryce.
Oh, I didn't know.
Michelle Yeoh. And 98, there was 3 more movies. Dance of the Dolphins, which seems by the
kind of gay
actors' names that it was a foreign film.
You're not saying gay?
No, it was kind of a foreign film because their names are like Renee.
Are you saying that it was a gay movie?
And Isabella Parkinson.
A gay movie?
It's not. I don't think so. I think it was just a
gay movie.
Foreign movie.
What year?
98.
Gay.
Called Dance of the Dolphins. Also,
very gay year.
Office Space.
No way. Oh,
Jennifer Aniston, Ron Livingston, Stephen Ray.
I know why Office Space.
Why?
Because Milton.
They did one episode down here.
When they were on the beach, when he went on the beach, I said, no salt. I'm going to burn this resort down. Remember? When the guy came up and asked him?
I wasn't a fan of Office Space.
Oh, okay.
Series.
You know what, though? Rope Art is the last one for 1998. And I don't remember any of these people's names. John F. Henry II, Michael West, John Dark Walters.
John Dark Walters?
Yeah, and Rope Art in 98.
The Rope Art?
Yes.
I never heard of it.
But this one, I bet you're going to know. Year 2000. A movie called The Crew. It
somewhat.
has 2 very, very well-known actors in it. The Crew.
No.
Richard Dreyfuss. Burt Reynolds.
Where the old guys had tried to pull a heist?
Probably.
Old guys trying to pull a heist.
Later in 2000, a movie called Heartbreakers.
Oh, I know. Alyssa Milano. No, it's one of these. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yes, and
Sigourney Weaver. And
the male.
Who the fuck is the guy?
The male.
There's an older guy and a younger guy.
Yep. The older guy. The older guy.
Don't give me any letter. Don't give me a letter. Give me a movie he was in. Don't give me a letter. Give me a characteristic. Give me a characteristic. Give me something.
I'm trying to think of. He was in one of the Batmans, actually.
Michael Keaton?
I think he was in one of the Batmans.
Jack Nicholson.
Years prior. Like one of the first Batmans.
You mean the old Batman?
The old Batman. Wait.
Not the Joker. The guy that was a Joker, not...
No. Shit.
Fuck.
He's always a badass. He's always a tough guy.
Carry on.
Okay, let's
Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman? I can't think of whatever else.
He wasn't in that Batman.
All right, so in 2002, Too Fast, Too Furious, obviously, was part of it. It was filmed to Paul Walker, Tyrese Gibson, whatever. Also, Red Dragon.
Red Dragon was the Edward Burns.
No, close. Edward
Norton.
Yes.
And it was the take of the. It was.
Who's the other guy? Who's the old guy?
Anthony Hopkins.
Yes. And Ray Fiennes.
Oh, Ray Fiennes. Yeah, he was in it. And that English actress, I forgot her name. She was in it.
Okay, 2004, Meet the Fockers.
Oh, really?
Yes, Dustin Hoffman, Barbra Streisand, Robert De Niro.
I do
remember that because they kept saying, we have a low shortage of water on the islands. Like, try not to flush. If it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow.
The Fockers' home was down here.
Yeah. 2004, The Pacifier.
Oh, that's Vin Diesel.
Yes.
Yep.
2005, Hoot.
Hoot? I never got into.
Oh, I know that. Jimmy Buffett music. There was Jimmy Buffett music, and it was Naomi Judd. One of the Judds was
Brie
the mom.
Larson.
Shit.
Luke Wilson, Logan Lerman.
Oh, I thought it was Brie Larson.
05, Miami Vice.
Colin Farrell.
Yep, Jamie Foxx.
And
from 05 to 06, the MTV's Real World Key West was filmed here.
Obviously.
2008 was I Love You, Philip Morris.
No, this is where
that's
movies
Jim
went
Carrey.
to shit.
Ewan
okay, hold on.
McGregor,
I gotta hear some of this.
Leslie Mann. 2008 was Repo Men, which is like Jude
Repo
Law.
Men was a good one.
Forrest Whitaker, Alice Braga.
Yeah.
And then 2010 was I Am Number 4.
Yes.
Which is Alex Pettyfer, Timothy Oliphant,
so
Diana
Repo
Arden.
Men was you were given like a heart or an organ and you had X amount of time to pay it off, and if not, they would come and repo it.
Oh.
I Am Number 4 was like a supernatural kind of thing, which was actually really good. So both of them were decent.
And was where you had aliens.
Supernatural, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Come in.
Well, and then of course it jumps up to 14 through 16, which was Bloodline, which was our Netflix series with locals, and that was of course Kyle Chandler, Ben Mendelsohn, Linda Cardellini, and of course my friend Jamie McShane. So, but that's where you're at. You're done.
You skipped over my buddy's movie.
Which buddy?
Really quick.
Which buddy?
Jack Nicholson. We used to hang out.
You know, we actually went back.
I know
that.
you mentioned it. You did, but you just skipped over.
Blood and Wine. But
you skipped over
that's
real
because
quick.
that was Jennifer.
We hung out a lot.
Lopez.
We hung out a lot.
In '95, you hung out with Jack.
Nicholson.
Yeah.
What about Nicolas Cage?
I never hung out with him.
What movie were they in together?
Nope.
Face Off.
What, Jack Nicholson and Nicolas Cage were? Jack Nicholson was in Face Off. Jack Nicholson. Are you sure you're not talking about John?
Oh, yeah. John Travolta. Sorry.
Okay.
My bad.
There we go. I'm going like this. I go, wait a second, buddy.
I'm sorry.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Yeah. That's.
But there's a new Shining out, I believe. I've heard. So we'll see how that works.
There's one called Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange wasn't that
not Doctor Strangelove.
Oh,
There's a new one. There's a new what's his name movie? Steven. What's his name? The author. Come on, help me.
Spielberg.
No, the author, the writer.
The
writer, the one that wrote Carrie and all that stuff.
Dr. Stephen Strange's life.
Come on.
All right.
Christine. He wrote the movie.
All right, I'm
Stephen King.
Oh,
God,
Stephen King.
I got to remember. The old guy has to remember this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The old guy has to remember this.
Yeah, that's.
I have dementia. Don't make me remember it.
Yeah, well, Stephen King is old-time horror film, but
no. Stephen King wrote. He there's a new movie coming out, and he seems to incorporate all that stuff. Okay.
Doctor Strange looks kind of creepy.
It's weird.
Stephen King is the only one that I have fell in love with is It.
Ick.
Oh my God, no. Carrie? Christine?
No.
Christine was the car, wasn't the car?
Yeah, it was
Carrie
great.
was the
if you read his books, he did long stories. He did The Stand. If you read the books are better.
See, I was a Stephen King's author or fan more than a movie fan.
The books are better than the movies because they're so big.
Yeah. This has Benedict Cumberbatch in it, Tilda Swinton, and Rachel McAdams.
No, wrong Doctor Strange.
That's what it's telling
Wrong.
me.
No, I'm saying it's Doctor something else. Doctor Strange, a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
It's not Doctor Strange. It's not Doctor.
It's Doctor Strange with an E at the end.
No, it's something else.
2016.
Wrong one.
Marvel Studios.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Jenna.
So Tilda.
But I got it wrong.
Oh.
I got it wrong.
So what's it supposed to be?
I don't know. There's a new movie coming out, and it's kind of combination of Stephen King movies. Because they show the scenes with the big wheels going down and the twins walking down the hallways.
The other one that Shining. I just watched was Truth or Dare was a good one. Another recent horror film that was actually very good.
It Chapter 2.
It Chapter 2 is coming. It's already out, which I want to see.
Well, I hear
I'm a horror fan.
Chapter 2 was horrible.
Dr. Sleep.
That's it.
They said this is the best Stephen King adaptation since Shawshank.
Oh, see, Shawshank
one of my favorite movies of all time.
Well, Shawshank was so different than the way Stephen King wrote it. Yeah. It was a well-written short story. But
not the Stephen King.
No,
the way he would actually probably wanted it.
But it's a different genre, isn't it?
It is. Yes. See, I'm a horror fan. I'm
a horror fan too,
like completely. And Jenna is not.
What did you say?
Horror film fan.
Oh, I said horror.
He likes
horror.
I'll take it old school. When I was growing up, Summer of Sam.
Oh, well, that's John Leguizamo.
That was the creepiest movie that I learned or watched growing up. Yeah.
Leguizamo.
Summer of Sam. That was a weird one for me.
That was an awesome movie.
But Stephen King's It. I mean, all of these are.
But John Leguizamo was also in that one where they were drag queens, and it was
Queen of the Desert.
No. It
was, Tu Wong Fu.
Tu Wong Fu.
Give me a little rope and I'll hang myself.
Tu Wong Fu.
From Julie Newmar.
Tu Wong Fu. Love. What was it?
Love Julie Newmar.
Tu Wong Fu.
I love you long time.
Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what we do here at the Q's Bartender. We'd like to thank everyone for listening. We'll be back next week with a couple new episodes. Until then, I'd like to thank Tyler.
Hello. Thank you for listening.
And Jenna.
As usual.
And I'm Jim. I'll see you next week.